Instagrammer, YouTuber, I guess, and podcaster for 12 years now. But yeah, this is my first YouTube live. I'm excited to be here, and I'm going to share a little bit about my microdosing journey with GLP-1 medication, and then I'm going to take my weekly microdose right here on the live. So I started microdosing in January of 2024 after I had been super frustrated about not being able to lose weight after having my fifth baby. And with my fifth pregnancy, I was on bed rest for 6 months. So I was very sedentary, and it was really hard for me to lose weight, even after doing all of the right things that I had done in the past, like counting every macro, weightlifting. I would weigh all of my meals to make sure I was perfectly hitting my macros, and still the needle was not moving. I was not losing weight. I was really frustrated. So I was venting to a friend about this on Marco Polo, and she was like, "Oh, Corinne, let me tell you what I'm doing and what most people are doing that you've seen like lose weight and just suddenly, and you're like, what are they doing? Like, what's the secret?" And she was like, "It's GLP-1." And she was like, "You might have seen commercials for some of the name brands," but she was like, "You can get it for, basically instead of having to go through like your insurance and be like at a certain overweight obesity, marker that a lot of the brand names use, you can go through, a telehealth company and get it through compounding." So the compound version of the GLP-1 medication that I take is called tirzepatide. I started with semaglutide because it's a little bit less expensive, but I was super sick on semaglutide. I switched to tirzepatide. I have zero side effects, no negative side effects at all whatsoever. I have a whole bunch of positive side effects, which is amazing. And anyway, so this changed my life. And that day she was like, "Oh, it's my day to take my shot. So let me just show you how easy it is." Because I always thought, here were my misconceptions. It was only for obese people, which is not true. You can safely microdose even if you are not obese, and it can just help a ton with getting past that little I'm stuck point of like, I cannot seem to lose this last amount of weight. And I was not at a healthy weight. I was in a place where I was trying to get more healthy. I had 30 to 40 pounds to lose, and I lost 40 pounds by using microdosing. So anyway, so that was my first indication of I just don't think this is for me. It's only for obese people. Not true. Microdosing worked amazingly for me, even though I was in just an unhealthy weight range, not an obese range. Second of all, I was like, I hate needles. There's no way I could ever do this. I'm the kind of person that when I go to get my blood drawn, I'm always like, I need to lie down. I'm going to pass out. Like, that's me. And my friend was like, "I swear on my life, it does not hurt. It is the teeny tiniest needle you've ever seen." And she was like, I'll do it right now. So that's what I'm going to do with you. So if you don't like needles, you might not want to watch this part, but it's so easy you won't even believe it. So I'm just going to take like a little area of fat. I'm going to clean it off with my little alcohol swab. Okay, and this is already preloaded. This is the key to making it not hurt. You just stick it in really fast and then you slowly inject. So ready? Okay, I'm just gonna stick it in really fast. I literally did not feel that. And then I'm just slowly injecting. So this is tirzepatide and B12, which if you've ever had a vitamin B12 shot, and that's it. I don't need a Band-Aid. It does not hurt. It's absolutely amazing. So that's how easy it is. And I take it once a week. It's a microdose. It's a very small dose, and it has changed my life, and it has changed so many other lives of so many people that I've told them about this. And so many friends were like, "Wow, I'm so glad that you opened up and you were honest about that and you shared like what worked for you," because they were stuck too, and they kind of were looking around going like, "Why is everyone else having success with this? And I feel so frustrated that I just cannot seem to move the needle," which is a funny phrase now because this is a needle. And by the way, this just goes in a Sharps container now, but it's just so easy. So the company that I get it from is a telehealth company. They make it super easy. You do not have to be a certain BMI. I was afraid of that too. And you can you submit like a health form. They read over it. They make sure that you're a good candidate for it, which really the only things they're looking for are things in your health history or your family history that might make you not a good candidate for it. There's a couple of things that they look for, but otherwise, then you can qualify for a microdose, which just means the smallest effective dose. So they will start you on the smallest effective dose, and you either stay on that or you go down a little bit. And I went down a little bit in my microdose. And the thing I love the most about this company is that you can get on your patient portal, you request to speak to a doctor, and you get on with a board certified doctor, and you can talk to them about anything. You can talk to them about concerns, about things that you're not sure of. I just got on there and was like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. I think I need to adjust my dose a little bit. And so the doctor just helped me perfectly adjust my dose to something that is just enough for me, but not too much, to help me maintain my weight loss, stay super healthy. My labs have never been as good as they are now in my whole entire life. My labs are really like super clean. And it just helps with so many things. It helps prevent type 2 diabetes. It talks, yes, I'm talking about GLP-1. So it helps you prevent type 2 diabetes, heart disease. Let's see, I should have written down, but there's a whole list of things that it helps your health just get better in all of these different categories. And most of them are life-threatening health complications, diseases that people die from every year in the United States. So it's not just obesity, it's also helping with all these other things. And then some of the off-label things that it has helped me with are like my hormones are way better regulated. I was starting to really suffer from perimenopausal like night sweats, and I'm not having those anymore. I also used to have terrible back pain that I was like searching for all these different ways to, fix that. As soon as I started taking GLP-1 medication, that was gone. And I was having some arthritis in my thumb here, and I was like, gosh, how am I going to fix that? Totally gone, because it is an anti-inflammatory. So if you have inflammation in your body, it will help with, for me, it has completely gotten rid of that. And I'm not a doctor. I can only speak to my own experience, but this has been my experience and so many other people's. And my very favorite of all the off-label things that it can do for you is it has been proven in multiple studies that it can help lower the risk of dementia, which is something that runs in my family on both sides. So I really love it for that too. But anyway, it has changed my life. And so I feel like, it's so helpful for other people to know that this is accessible. It's super easy to get from the privacy of your own home. And then the place I get it from is way more affordable than most med spas will charge you, around $1,000 a month. This is currently $279 a month. And then it's on sale between now and the beginning of October. And then it will go up to $299 a month. But if you, anyone who starts right now, between now and the beginning of October, you lock in that price for your first 3 months, which is really nice. So anyway, this has been my experience. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, and then I'll try to get back to you. But I also left my, my whole story. If you want to go read my whole story, if you want to go see more videos, then you can go to my blog that I have been blogging on for 12 years. And I have all of my, all of the most frequently asked questions there about like, will I lose my hair? Will I lose muscle? Those seem to be the two things that people worry about the most. And the short answer to that is you could lose some hair. I did lose a little bit of hair. It was very similar to when I had my babies, but it grows back. It's temporary. It's not like a long-term side effect that as long as you're taking it, you'll always be shedding hair. It was just like and it's actually just your body's response to rapid weight loss, which you might lose weight more slowly than I did. My body just reacted to it very quickly, even on that smallest microdose. And then losing muscle, that's the other thing that people worry about. And if you are properly eating enough protein and you're doing weightlifting, then you will not lose your muscle. And I also have a scale that I link in the blog post that measures your muscle mass to make sure that you're not losing too much weight. I mean, too much muscle mass while you're losing weight, that you're hopefully losing fat and not muscle mass. So there's plenty of people that I know who have gotten so much stronger and built their muscle while they're taking this because they've just taken care of their health and made sure that they are weightlifting and eating enough protein. and drinking enough water. Those are really like the keys to that. So anyway, I want to make sure this isn't too long, but thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And if you have any follow-up questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And yeah, hopefully we'll do this again soon. Okay, thanks you guys. Bye.